Hola, walking Rotarian, walking all the way from Boyabaja to Makere, no, not to Makere, to Bugolobi. I'm going to Bugolobi, but actually I'll return. And today is Monday, and Monday is my no food day. It's a day in which I do not put food in my stomach. Then I wake up the next day on Tuesday and I still do not put any food in my stomach. And then I eat at 6 p.m. Yeah, 48-hour fast. And boy, do I need it. Yeah, I need it especially for my mental resilience. Because every time I'm beginning it, I have all these limiting voices in my head telling me how I can't do it. Now the one for today is telling me how can I walk 40 something 50 kilometers in one day, come home and expect not to eat, and then wake up tomorrow and not eat and think everything is going to be okay. Am I not going to be so weak? So that voice is what Christians call the devil. It's the one that sets your limits, gives you limits, prevents you from growing. Yeah, it's against your growth. Wants you keep you down on the lower levels. So what you want to do is listen to it, because it never really goes away, but then show it who's the boss. So for me, that's what this fasting thing is about, really. Mainly about mental resilience and about separating myself from that limiting loud voice, the monkey mind at the back of my, always with me, telling me how limited I am, filling me with fear. Man, that voice, crazy. Yeah, but of course fasting has its other benefits, as in gives your organs a rest. Imagine your liver, your kidneys, your intestines, your stomach have been working for the last 10 years. 10 years. Some people have even never fasted in all their life. So you're 40 years old and you have organs that have been working for 40 years. Burning food, assimilating it, metabolizing it, digesting it with no break for 40 years, 30 years. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine. But anyway, so fasting, we were designed to fast. From our time in the savannah as early man, we were never guaranteed to have food all the time. So our bodies were designed to have moments of fasting and moments of feasting. Yeah, so, there you are, feeding and feeding and feasting and feasting, because we have availability of food now everywhere. Not to mention, we are all food addicts. Yeah, we use food to pacify our emotions. When we're anxious, we eat. When we're depressed, we eat. Man, food is such a big deal. So you find yourself living your life having never fasted. Also, of course, there is a lack of knowledge. People really don't have the knowledge. They don't know the benefits of fasting. They've never even been exposed to them, because the system does not support fasting. Why? Because fasting is the greatest medicine out there, and it's free. It's a superpower available to you, but you don't know. Yeah. So it's incumbent upon us, the ones who are seeing the light, to preach the word of fasting and let the world know, especially Africans. Get the knowledge, African. Arise, African. Arise. Start to fast. Wake up the beast within you. Clean your body and clean your mind, because your body is your mind. There's No separation. When you learn that, you become powerful. Never let anyone tell you your body is separate from your mind. No, they work as one. You clean one, you clean the other. You empower one, you empower the other. So fasting is a way of empowering both the body and the mind, definitely, because as I'm fasting, I have to deal with too much. I have to calm my mind, deal with these emotions when I pass all these chapati places. I just saw some nice cassava on the way, man. I was like, man, deep fried. You know that white cassava, which is not, man, they looked so juicy and nice. But then I have to quiet my demons and tell them we're eating tomorrow at 6. So, yeah, so you have to deal with a lot of demons when you're fasting. But when it comes to the body, of course, it rests the organs. So you have a rested liver, you have a rested kidney, rested heart. Man, everything just comes on point. The brain, oh my God, I've talked about brain-derived neurotrophic factor before, which is a protein that stimulates brain health, and it is mainly produced when you're fasting. Fasting is what brings it out. Talked about the human growth hormone, the elixir of youth, makes you young again. For you ladies that are afraid of wrinkles and fine lines, man, you want to fast. You want to fast so that human growth hormone can ensure that your skin is getting all that collagen and elastin, because that is what it stimulates. Those are the proteins, the structural proteins of the skin. Keep you glowing, supple, young. Fasting is a superpower. Yeah, it's not given to us. We don't know. So I get a lot of people lately that have been asking me about fasting. But Shaka, how do I go about fasting? So I thought I could share that a little bit with you and let you know that, first of all, our bodies run programs. We are computers running software. And the moment you mess around with that software, the body and the mind always give you pushback. And that pushback can come in form of mental turmoil and, all that anguish and pain, So you do not want to start a fast by saying, if Shaka is fasting for 48 hours, I can also fast for 48 hours. Who tells you? No, you have to change the software fast. And the way you change the software is by approaching it slowly so that the body doesn't give you a shock. But also by doing it repetitively. So, for example, you can decide to miss breakfast and start eating at lunch. That's, by the way, a form of fasting which is very common now in the world, called the 16-8. 16 being the hours that you go without eating, and 8 being the window in which you're able to eat. So that 8 usually begins at lunchtime and ends maybe about 8 p.m. So you can start with that. That's a very easy one. And yet for some people, even dodging breakfast, they cannot imagine, like, I remember sometime I was going to go for blood tests, and they told me, you're not going to have breakfast so that we can have a good reading. Do you see how food messes up your readings in the body? When you are going to do a blood test, actually, the doctor always says no food, because food adulterates your body. Yeah, it messes up the vibration of the place. So we need you in a fasted state so that we can take off your blood and then do a full body check to see how your numbers are. Yeah, think about that for a moment. Man, this food. But anyway, when they told me that I couldn't have breakfast, I was like, you're joking. You're joking, man. Anyway, I was scared. I was really afraid of not having breakfast. I was going to have the blood taken off at 10 a.m. But the idea of having to go to town, having not taken breakfast, I was like a car without fuel. So it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. And you want to conquer that beast. That softness. A man is not supposed to be soft. And now I'm talking to the men. A man is not supposed to be soft. A man is supposed to walk long distances and go without food. Yeah, that's a strong man right there. He's supposed to go days without food, for crying out loud, not falling all over the place. That's how we're designed. But we lose our power, especially in modern times, through a system that thrives on people eating all the time, because there's a whole food industry that needs to make profit, and the system also that wants people to get sick, the healthcare, pharmaceutical industry. And there is nothing that makes us sick like not fasting, like eating all the time. Food is the biggest poison. Man, should see what food does to people like those in America with their epidemics of obesity and high blood pressure and strokes. It is huge business. So the system would never really want you to be empowered, to know. And of course, Africans also are not interested in researching, despite now all this information that we have with the internet and everything. People are not interested. Yeah, well, that's why we're here, spread the word a little bit, bring it out. Yeah, so the point is you've got to start slowly fasting, slowly. And the slow is determined by you. There's some people who will say, for me, I can easily go a day without eating food. Thank you very much. Eat one meal a day. Thank you very much. I couldn't do that. I trained myself for over 2 years to be able to just go 24 hours without eating. It was difficult with me because I had a serious relationship with food. So listen to your body. What does it tell you? How long can you go without eating? The longer you go without eating, even 1 extra minute to the time that you usually used to, is a type of fasting. I'm telling you the truth. The longer you go without putting food into your stomach, the better for your body. Your body thanks you for it, because all of a sudden, all these innate capabilities that you have for healing, for transformation, kick in the moment there is no food in your body. So the style of fasting is really up to you. I have a friend of mine who fasted, in fact, eliminated, I don't know if I can call it fasting, just sugar out of her breakfast, stopped taking juices, all this stuff, and she lost weight and her skin cleared, That's the level at which she played. And there was already a transformation. Your level could be 1 meal. Take out breakfast, start eating from lunch, finish at supper, 2 meals a day. That is it. Build that capacity. But have a goal. My personal goal is to go 3 days without food. You know what I mean? Finish eating on Sunday, go Monday, go Tuesday, and eat on Wednesday at 6. Right now, I'm able to do 48 hours. Still scary. Still finding my way, because it is something that I'm doing for the first time this year. In January already, I already did it 3 times. Now I'm in Feb, my first time. I'm hoping to go the whole year doing this 48-hour fast every Monday, meaning that and yet I have a fasting history. I have built capacity. That's all I'm telling you. And you too can. And also you have to realize that these things are not projects. If you're doing fasting as a project, you're going to fast, lose weight, go back to your old ways and gain weight again. You know what I mean? You don't want that. So it has got to be something for life, a lifestyle. And if it's going to be a lifestyle, then you've got to be aware that you have time. You have time, so there is no need to rush anything. There is no need to go full force on anything. Take it slowly. Exercise restraint. Yeah, that's a power, by the way. Exercising restraint is a power, because you can kutomera. Yeah, go slowly. That's the way to go. And remember, listen to your body. Do your fast. Keep in touch with me in the comments below. And let's do this together. Cheers.